Well. Money ain't a thing. Money ain't a thing.
Money in the bank. Money in the bank.
We can talk, but money talk, so talk more.
Ash cash show, ash cash show, the ash cash show, ash cash show, the ash cash show, ash cash show, the ash cash show, ash cash show, ash cash show, the ash cash show, ash cash show, the ash cash show, ash cash show.
Baby, I got your money.
You're now tuned into the financial motivator himself, Ash Cash, Mr. Mind Right, Money Right. Money Right. Money Right.
So welcome to the Ash Cash Show every Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure you go to the ashcashshow.com. Subscribe to the podcast. Go to ashcashtv.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. So I got my shirt on. My God versus my enemies, and this message is a timely message. I know this message is gonna hit some people. So y'all might have to get your tissues out because I know I might get emotional on here because this is just one of those days, right? And getting emotional, right? Getting emotional for me is really about it's really about understanding how great God is, though. I'll be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? When I get emotional about stuff, it's just to realize how great God is, how you're always guided, you're always protected, you're always, regardless of what people may be trying to do to like sabotage what you're doing. Just kind of know that there's a plan. Like, there's a plan on your life. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who I'm talking to, but there's a plan on your life. Like, there's a plan on your life. There's a protection on your life. Like, God, God is always going to protect you. God is always everything in God's will, right? Everything in God's will. And so, it's funny because, like I was saying, I woke up this morning literally at 4:44. And as I woke up, I started to meditate. You know what I'm saying? I started to meditate. And that's the thing that just kept coming to me. Like, no weapon formed against you will prosper. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the message that just kept coming to me. Like, no weapon. You know what I'm saying? And what I realized is, in that moment of meditation, I was thinking about all the times, like, my intentions are pure. You know what I'm saying? So my intentions are pure. And I started to think about all the times that it didn't look right. Like, it looked like things were gonna, things were popping up or whatever the case may be. And God did, right? God came through all the time. You know what I'm saying? And so, I went in my closet, I prayed, and I opened up the Quran, right? There's so for those who don't know, when how you look at the Bible, and the Bible is broken up into books, right? So, like, the book of John, the book, it's different books, and each book has a verse, right? So, book of John, verse whatever, right? And so in the Quran, it's broken down into what's called surahs, right? And so, which is like a chapter. And so immediately I went to, and this is just, I was just guided into it. I went to a surah number 12, right? Surah number 12, which happened to have 111, ayahs, or chapters, right? And so the significance of that is that I woke up at 4:44 to read 111 chapters, if you will. And there's a spiritual, numerical connotation to that. And so for those who read the Bible, so just to be clear, I don't care what your faith is, Muslim, Christian, it don't matter. This message is the same, right? You know, this particular story, right? This particular story is the story of Joseph. And so if you read the story of Joseph in the Bible, if you read the story of Joseph in the Quran, it's something similar, right? And I'll paraphrase what the story is, but it's something similar. You know, Joseph, you know, had a destiny, right? Joseph had a destiny. Joseph was destined, you know, to reach the top. And regardless of that destiny, there were people, specifically his brothers, but there were people who were, due to jealousy, they just didn't like the favor that Joseph had on his life, right? They didn't like the favor that Joseph had on his life. And so, and the crazy thing about it is that the favor wasn't even evident yet, right? Meaning that he didn't even manifest or materialize the favor that was on his life yet. And there are people that just hated the way he was loved. And so through a series of things, right? Through a series of ways of being self-sabotage, or not self-sabotage, but trying to sabotage Joseph, trying to kill Joseph, trying to imprison Joseph, trying to lie on Joseph. All of these things were meant to harm him. But if you understand the story of Joseph, it was these things, right? It was these things that actually helped him get to his destination. I don't think y'all understand what I'm saying, right? It was being dropped in the well, being imprisoned, like all of the things, the negative things, right? People lying on him, right? They lied on Joseph. They imprisoned Joseph. They tried to kill Joseph. Like all these things, all these negative things, right? These negative things, all these negative things were meant to block him. Were meant to like incarcerate him. Like it meant to hold him back, right? He was sold into slavery, right? All these things were meant to. These were weapons that were formed against him, right? Those were weapons that were formed against him. But God said, oh, no weapon formed against you shall prosper, right? God didn't say no weapons are going to form. Though. I want to be clear with y'all, though. I want to be really clear that God never said no weapons will form. Right? God never said no weapons will form. God said no weapons formed against you shall prosper. Right? And so when you think about it, when you think about this for a second, right? It was all of these negative situations that led him to his destiny, though. And how and what helped him was the gift that God put inside of him. Right? Joseph didn't rise, right? He didn't rise to kingdom status by pretending to be something else, by wavering in his faith, right? He rose to kingdom status because he stayed faithful to who he was. He stayed faithful to God's promise, and he stayed faithful to the gift that God gave him. And so instead of being mad, instead of questioning, instead of doubting God, he stayed faithful. He continued to use his gift, right? He continued to use his gift, right? And in continuing to use his gift, that got him to the highest level that God actually intended, right? And so, let's go back for a second. Let's go back. Even his dad, though, right? His dad, his intuition, right? His dad, Jacob, his intuition was telling him, yo, you don't let your son be around these people, right? Even his dad knew, though. His dad knew. He said, yo, don't let your son be around these people. They're gonna try to harm him. What did he do? He warned his son. But he said, yo, I'm not gonna interfere with God's will. You get what I'm saying? His dad, who loved his son, knew that, yo, I'm about to put my son in harm's way. But I know even that no weapon formed against him is going to prosper. He kept his faith, right? So why am I telling y'all this story? Because I know it, right? I know that at this very moment, there's somebody going through some persecution, right? There's somebody going through some persecution. There's somebody going through some pain. There's somebody going through, they're around people that are supposed to love them, right? They're around people that's supposed to love them, who are trying to do harm, who are smiling in their face, who are pretending, right? They pretending that they have your best interest in heart. There's situations that's trying to bury you. And I'm just telling you, I need you to stay faithful, though. Right? I need you to stay faithful. And catch this. Even when Joseph, and here's the banger, though. God is the most merciful. So even when Joseph had an opportunity, right? Joseph had the opportunity to give vengeance on his captors, to give vengeance on the people who did him wrong. He said, nah, I'm good. Right? Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. Not, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't edge God out. Right? Don't edge God out. You know what I'm saying? Don't edge God out. Don't use your ego. Right? Even when he had the opportunity to get back, he said, nah, I'm good. Right? I'm good. And so I know somebody who's listening right now, right? I know somebody who's listening right now. You're being attacked. You're being attacked. Obstacles seem like they get in your way. You know, people that's supposed to be there for you is probably not there for you. There's a lot going on. But I need you to stay faithful, right? I wore the shirt for a purpose. My God versus my enemy. Yo, there are no outside enemies, though. Right? There are no outside enemies. No man is your enemy. No man is your friend. Every man is your teacher. Right? Everybody that's coming to your life is here to teach you something. Do not take it personal. Do not take it personal. Do not try to get them back. Do not try to, no, because God said, right? God said that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And so I need you to trust God. I need you to trust God. This is imperative, though. Whatever you do, don't give up. No, whatever you do, don't focus on the negative. Whatever you do, I need you to stay faithful. I need you to stay faithful. Because your enemy is your enemy. Right? Your enemy is the enemy. Right? The only thing that can stop you is how you feel on the inside. The only thing that can stop you is what you feel on the inside. And so you have no outside enemies. Your enemy is the lack of faith that you have in God's promise. Right? That's the enemy. The enemy is your fear. It's inner. It's in you. Enemy is the enemy. My enemy is my enemy, right? Your enemy is your enemy. It's inside. That's the only thing. Right? Your enemy is how you feel, is depression. Right? It's anxiety. It's fear. It's anger even. Right? It's anger. Because God made you a promise. You know, man, I can't begin. Like a lot of times, and this is why this is like an emotional one for me. Because I don't think that a lot of times people see your outward success, right? They see, I mean, specifically me, they see you smiling, they see what you go through outwardly and the success and the congratulations and all that stuff. But a lot of people don't realize the higher you get, the more, right? New levels, new devils, right? New levels, new devils. The higher you get on your journey, yo, catch this bar, right? I was talking to my brother Storm. Fast out to my brother Storm. I was talking to my brother Storm, and I believe in energetic alignment. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that, when you're, certain things that you vibrate, certain things that you are attracting into your life, you have to be energetically aligned with it. You know what I'm saying? You have to be energetically aligned with it. And, I was going through some stuff, right? And I was talking to Storm, and I was like, damn, bro, like, yo, I thought I passed this stage of my life. Like, why is this still coming to me? Like, I thought I passed this stage. And it was something that took me by surprise. Like I was like, yo, like, wow, how? I'm vibrating on such a high level. How do I let this lower vibrational thing hit me? Right? Like, I was upset. Like, it hurts my heart. They ain't believe it. It hurt my heart. I'm talking about it hurt my heart. Right? It hurt my heart so bad. Because this was something that I couldn't imagine. Right? And I'm like, yo, how? Again, like, I'm enlightened. I'm so enlightened. I might glow in the dark. I say, yo, I'm enlightened. Like, how is this negative energy even available to me? Right? At the level that I'm in, that's what I thought. Right? And my brother Storm gave me this analogy that was so powerful. Right? And he said, enlightenment, right? Enlightenment is like walking into a mall, right? You walk into a mall, and on the first floor is like the lowest level of energy, right? You walk into the mall, and this is like success. You walk into the mall and you got this low energy, right? You got this low energy that's there. Some people are going to stay at that first floor, right? But it's the lowest energy. And then you're going to elevate. You're going to go to the second floor. And the energy in the second floor is better than the first floor, but it's not the best energy. right? So that's energy on the second floor. Then you go to the third floor, right? And the same thing. The energy on the third floor, right? The energy on the third floor is better than the first and the second floor, but it ain't the highest energy. But what happens is, right? What happens is when you get to the top floor, the ceiling is see-through. There ain't nowhere else to go. You're on the top floor. So what happens on the top floor is that every single person on every other floor can see you. On the other floors, you were almost isolated, right? Each floor you went to was a different energy. But when you get to that top floor, right? When you get to that top floor, everybody's going to see you. Don't miss that. When you get to the top floor, and this is for anybody that's right, new levels, new devils, right? As you ascend, because everybody's gunning for the top though, right? If you're on the first floor, the people on the first floor are looking at the floors above. If you're on the second floor looking at the floors above, right? Nobody on the second floor is looking at the first floor. Nobody on the third floor is looking at the second floor, right? And so everybody on each floor on the bottom is looking up. So by the time you get to the top floor, you got all of the eyes of the lower level on you. So while you're vibrating on a higher level, you're also attracting all of the other levels. That's why it feels like pressure. That's why success feels like pressure. Failure don't feel like no pressure. Failure don't feel like pressure. Go ahead, be a bum. Respectfully. Right? Go ahead, be a bum. Nobody wants to be a bum. So there's no pressure. Right? There's no pressure. But everybody wants the next level. Everybody wants the next level. And so as you're climbing to your next level, that's the definition. That's why new levels bring new devils. That's why. Because nobody's aspiring to go to the lower level. Right? That's automatic. If you do nothing, you are nothing. Right? You do nothing, you are nothing. So there's no pressure there. There's no pressure. Nobody wants, there's no pressure to do nothing. There's no pressure to be nothing. Right? There's no pressure. So that's why every time you go to a new level, it's pressure. Right? There's pressure every time you go to the next level. Because everybody sees you. Especially if you get to the top, you got all of the different levels, right? All of the different levels looking at you, trying to aspire for what you got. But again, y'all, I need you to understand that, right? I need you to understand that God got a plan for you, though. God got a plan for you. Right? God got a plan for you. And in that plan, God said, right? My God versus my enemies. God said, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. None. None of them. None.
Sometimes you need to get knocked down before you can really figure out what your fight is and how you need to fight it. Sometimes you need to feel the pain and sting of defeat to activate the real passion and purpose that God predestined inside of you. God says to Jeremiah, I know the plans I have for you.
I know the plans that I have for you.
Plans to prosper you.
Prosper.
And not to harm you.
Not to harm you.
Plans to give you hope and a future. Hear me well on this day.
Hear me well.
This day when you have reached the hilltop and you are deciding on next jobs, next steps, careers, further education. You would rather find purpose than a job or career. Purpose crosses disciplines. Purpose is an essential element of you. It is the reason you are on the planet at this particular time in history. Your very existence is wrapped up in the things you are here to fulfill. Whatever you choose for a career path, remember the struggles along the way are only meant to shape you for your purpose. When God has something for you, it doesn't matter who stands against it. If it's meant for you, God will move someone that's holding you back away from a door and put someone there who will open it for you. I don't know what your future is, but if you're willing to take the harder way, the more complicated one, the one with more failures at first than successes, the one that has ultimately proven to have more meaning, more victory, more glory, then you will not regret it.
You will not regret it, y'all.
Press on with pride.
Pride.
And press on with purpose.
With purpose.
And appreciate what God has brought you through.
Appreciate what God has brought you through.
You are now listening to MindRightRadio.com, the only place to get inspiration and motivation all day, every day.
Talk to God often. Even if you're not perfect, just talk to him every day. You don't have to be in the same faith I'm in, or you ain't got to call God the same thing I call him. But listen to me, you do have to call him, though. It's not gonna make your life easy. Faith don't make it easy. Faith makes it possible. All you want is the strength to get through your life. On the days that I feel like I'm not gonna make it, on the days that it feels like I can't endure anymore, I think back on my track record for surviving all my bad days. And so far, surviving all my bad days, my track record is 100%.
100%, y'all.
It ain't about the money. I know a lot of very, very rich people that's miserable. Not happy at all. I can bet you most of you are happier than most of the people I know. And I know some very, very wealthy people. And money don't make you happy. It helps you through a lot of situations. You know the only thing about money? Money takes all emergencies and turns them into mere inconveniences. That's what money does. Money gonna change your life a little bit, folks. All of you gonna get more, but you gotta ask for it. But if that's your desire to get more of it, you gotta ask God for it. If you wanna be happy or successful, you gotta ask God for it. Most people don't have the life of their dreams because you don't ask God for it.
You're not asking.
You have not because you ask not.
You have not because you ask not.
If you up your ass, he will up his give. If you change what you ask God for, he immediately changes what he gives to you. You don't need an education to be successful. I flunked out of school. What God has for you, quit tying it in education. People kill me. I know people got 2 degrees finna go back to school and get another. If you got 2 of them that ain't working for you, why would you go get another one of them? I know people that's mastered and PhD'd up, ain't even working. You don't need that. I'm telling you, man, your whole success is tied in your relationship to God. You can simplify this by getting in touch with your creator. That's your key, man. Everything you're going through is preparing you for what you ask God for. You just got to quit tripping while you're in the process, because the process is necessary. You may not see it now, but when he gets you on the other side of it, you're going to see exactly why it went that way. And you're going to be okay with it. But quit tripping during the process. Oh, Lord, why me? You ain't the only one. Oh, Lord, why me? You ain't the only one. Oh, Lord, why I lose my job? You ain't the only one unemployed. Pull yourself together and quit tripping because you in the process. God is processing you. He ain't through with you. If he was through with you, you would not wake up in the morning. He gonna fix it. Everything is wrong. First of all, let me tell you this right here. Why are you tripping? Everything that's happening to you is God is processing. Every difficult moment you're having, he just processing. That's all he's doing. Everything you're going through is preparing you for what you ask God for. And if you need to be tough when you get to where you're going, then he gonna toughen you. If you got to be more caring along the way, he gonna let you have some trials come your way that's gonna have to produce that in you. See, the route you on right now is the route you got to take. And it's very uniquely yours. This thing you going through, this just uniquely yours.
Uniquely yours, yo.
You ain't the only one.
You ain't the only one.
You ain't the only one.
You ain't the only one, y'all.
Now, in the order that it's gonna happen, it's just yours. You have not because you ask not. It simply say you have not because you ask not. But you don't ask because you ain't got that together. When you ask God for something, quit tripping.
Quit tripping.
He got it from here. God can't give you what you want because you want to hold on to what you got. You all in the way. Now you telling him how to bless you. You can't tell God how to bless you. It's a simple process. The only reason I'm telling you this, because this is how I made it. I just do me. I'm just being me. I stay uniquely who I am because you are okay just the way you are. Because God made you uniquely who you are. He wanted you to be just like you are. See, God made us very different. This God we got. God is amazing. He created you so individually. Do you know that it's close to 8 billion people on earth now? Do you know that it's almost 8 billion people on the earth? Do you know how many billions of people have died? Do you know that if you dig up all them people that have died and all the people that are presently here and every last one of them that he gonna make in the future, not one of you have the same fingerprint. Who do that? Who could possibly be so precise in his infinite wisdom that he created you so uniquely that ain't no two people got the same fingerprint? That's crazy. That's real crazy.
Sometimes you need to get knocked down before you.
Sometimes you gotta get knocked down.
What your fight is and how you need to fight it. Sometimes you need to feel the pain and sting of defeat to activate the real passion and purpose that God predestined
for
you.
you. Sometimes you're gonna get knocked down.
God says in Jeremiah, I know the plans.
I know the plans that I have for you.
Plans to prosper
you.
Not to harm you.
Not to harm you.
Plans to give you hope and a future.
Give you hope in the future.
Hear me well on this day.
Hear me well.
This day when you have reached the hilltop.
This day you reach the hilltop.
Deciding on next job.
Hey yo, you reach the hilltop. That's why they can see you. They can see you because you reach the hilltop. Every new level, new devil. You reach the hilltop, they can see you. They can see you now. When you wasn't doing nothing, nobody cared. Nobody saw you. They didn't see you. Right? It was too much noise down there. It was too much noise. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Right? When you're on the lower level, nobody sees you. Nobody cares. It's when you climbing, when you get to that hilltop. Wait till you get to that hilltop. How many people gonna try to drag you down? How many people gonna say, yo, take me with you? How many people gonna grab your ankles? How many people gonna be hating? How many people everybody on every level could see you now. Everybody on every level could see you now. And they're gonna try. They're gonna try everything. They're going to try physically. They're going to try mentally. They're going to... Everybody's going to see you now. They see you. But what that mean, though? What that mean? That don't mean you go back to the lower level, though. That don't mean that. Right? I know the plans I have for you to prosper you, not harm you. Right? That's just part of the process, y'all. That's just part of the process.
Next steps.
Next steps.
Careers. Further education. You would rather find purpose than a job or career. Purpose crosses disciplines.
Yep.
Purpose is an essential
Keep climbing.
element of you. It is the reason you are on the planet at this particular
There's
time.
there's a reason why you are on this planet at this particular time. I'm talking about at this time. There's 150,000 people that die every single day worldwide. 150,000 people die every day worldwide. There is a reason why at this particular time you are on this planet, on this earth, listening to this sound, doing what you were destined to do. The reason.
Your very existence is wrapped up in the things you are here to fulfill.
Your existence is wrapped up in the things that you are here to fulfill. Your very existence. And think about how many lives that are attached to yours. Think how many people are attached to you. There were many times I wanted to give up. And imagine the millions of lives that were attached to my life. This little life that people said didn't matter. Imagine the millions of lives that are attached to this life that I would not be blessing had I gave up. But this ain't about me, right? This is about you, right? For those of you that's on the brink, for those of you who are climbing, for those of you who are getting to that next level, for those of you who are, you feeling the attacks coming from everywhere. I'm telling you, there is a purpose on your life.
Whatever you choose for a career path, remember the struggles along the way are only meant to shape you.
Only meant to shape you, y'all.
When God has something for you, it doesn't matter who stands against you.
It doesn't matter who stands against you.
If it's meant for you, God will move someone that's holding you back away from a door.
Gotta move
and put someone there who will open it for you. I don't know what your future is, but if you're willing to take the harder way, the more complicated one, the one with more failures at first,
God did.
The one that has ultimately proven to have more meaning, more victory, more glory, then you will not regret it.
You're not gonna regret it.
Press on.
Press on.
With pride and press on with purpose.
Yep.
And appreciate what God has brought you through.
Hey, yo, appreciate what God has brought you through.
For Mind Elevation.
Yo, I need you to appreciate what God has put you through. Because a lot of times when you going, I'm telling you, a lot of times when you're going through the struggle, a lot of times when you're going through what you may be going through, right? You may look at the attack as the final destination or final say, but again, right? God said, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper." So why are you not taking God at His word? Right? Why aren't you taking God at His word? No weapon, though. None. Even if it hurts you a little bit. It hurts my heart, even if it hurts you a little bit. Right? It's no weapon formed against you shall prosper. None at all. Right? None at all. Because I need you to know that everything, right? Everything that has happened in your life is working for your greater good. Everything in your life right now has worked for your greater good and will continue to work for your greater good. Because this is your moment, though. This is your moment. I don't know what you're going to do with it, but this is your moment. Hold on. Hold on. This is your moment. God told me to tell you, play with it if you want to. Everything that you prayed for, everything that you ever wanted, anything, all the blessings, this is that moment. This one, though. This is the moment, right? All the stuff, like don't go through pain and give up. Don't go through pain and go back to the next level. Don't do that, right? This is your moment.
What are you gonna do?
What you gonna do with the time that you got?
I say that if you don't reposition yourself,
Reposition, y'all.
you could miss the best time in your life, in this season of life. Because we have got to change the way we think. We have got to change the way we function. We have got to change the way we deal with issues. And the reason that you have to begin to reposition the way you think and the way you function and the way you feel is that we many times are stuck between the lines of limited thinking and limited people and limited ideas and limited philosophies. And there's something creative down inside of you saying, let there be.
Let there be.
You need to walk into a situation where you've been locked up and tied up and tangled up and say, let there be light, let there be healing, let there be books, let there be change in this city. You have tried 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different things. Each you worked on 90 days or so, and then said it doesn't work. How can you be a leader with a 90-day test? Of course it didn't work. You didn't stick to it long enough. You didn't fight hard enough. You didn't do what it took to win. And rather than to correct it and get it right, you walked away from it and tried something else. And for the last 10, 15 years of your life, you've been on the run from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, trying to make all this stuff work. Stop it. Stand still. You have to have courage to live with the pressure and the criticism. New levels bring new levels. You have to be tough. You have to be tough to be able to stand it. It's tough at keeping your kids encouraged while you secretly worried to death yourself. It's tough at getting ready for a birthday and don't have a birthday gift. It's tough at not being able to get the light bill paid and the water bill paid. It's tough. But what do we do with these moments? Do we just have them and go back home and wait for the next one? Almost like junkies getting a fix or smokers smoking a cigarette? Are we just habitually addicted to moments without being able to take that moment and use it strategically to do something in our lives? You do not have to accept it the way it is. Somewhere down inside of you there is creativity. We got to break out of the barriers and the limitations and get outside of the box. Something's about to happen in your life. You got to take it one day at a time. When you get to the end of the day, you say, I'm not finished, but I've done everything that I was supposed to do for that day, for that time, for that season.
Yup.
Your season is shifting.
Yup.
You will be able to do now.
I gotta jump off you. I got 9:30.
You have never been able to do it before. You haven't sung your best song. You haven't preached your best sermon yet. You haven't thought your greatest thought. You haven't written down your greatest idea. You haven't framed your best dream. Maybe you haven't laughed your best laugh. You haven't had your greatest day yet. It's somewhere inside of you. You're a miracle.
You're a miracle waiting to happen.
You have got all kinds of things.
You are a miracle waiting to happen, y'all.
That are about to come forward for such a time as this.
The time is right.
The stage is set. The conditions are in order, and something awesome is about to happen in your life. Don't let anybody tell you you're too young. Don't let anybody tell you you're too old. Don't let anybody tell you you're fitted. Every day you wake up in the morning, it's a sign. The best is yet to come. Hey, yo, type that in the comments. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. The mind is the battleground. The fight is in your mind. The fight is in your mind. Are you ready for the next level?
what are you going to do?
All right, y'all, I gotta go. I got 9:30. I got to jump off. 2 minutes.
If you change your mind, then you change your life. Mind Right Radio.
The best is yet to come. The best is yet to
All
come.
the time. More than
The
humanly
best is yet to come.
Elevation on another level.
All right, y'all. Love y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. That's my time. I appreciate y'all. Please share this. Share this message with somebody who need to hear it. This was heavy on my heart. God told me to spread this message, so I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow in God's will. Same time, same place. Peace.
I ain't talking about rich. I'm talking about wealth.
Money ain't a thing. Money ain't a thing.
Money in the bank. Money in the bank.
We can talk, but money talk, so talk more.
Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show, the Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show, the Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show, the Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show, the Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show, the Ash Cash Show, Ash Cash Show.
Baby, I got your money.
You are now tuned in to the Ash Cash Show, your #1 source for financial motivation. Get your mind and your money right.